Okay, the audio actually was a little bit too loud. So I lowered it, and hopefully it's low enough that it makes a difference. I'm actually going to lower it in game 2 just in case, because that way I know for a fact that it's lowered. I don't want it to be inaudible, but I didn't want it to be like blaring like that music was. The music was a little louder than the rest of the game anyway, but my face isn't fixed yet. Let's see. Everybody's building here, and it looks like it's really hard to build there. I don't want to go there. I want to... This, YouTube compression does a freaking number on games. This does look a lot better in person than it does on YouTube. Is this one plot? One big plot? That's cool. This does look a lot better in person than it does on YouTube. I'm getting some weird audio because my keyboard is on a table next to the microphone. Oh, you can go way over here too. It does look a lot better, like actually playing it. Like I was saying, the foliage looks really cool. I'm not going to build in an awkward spot. I do like this one. Oh, you can zoom in a little bit. I wish you could zoom out more. I haven't seen anyone build up here. I wonder, can you adjust this? Is this like a prefab, like a shell, or can you edit it? I think all of these are built with the in-game tools, so you should be able to edit it. See, this is like a traditional house. I can't buy that one though. This one's like a apartment above an old store. There's a lot of lots, but I can't afford a lot of them apparently. I kind of just want a normal... Maybe I'll take this one. I like this one that's way off over in the corner though. This one's cute too. Oh, look at this one. Oh, that's cool. The build tools are actually really cool. I'm like more excited for the build tools than like the actual game. Because even if the game isn't up to snuff, or I don't like enjoy it and there's not enough stuff to play with, the build tools are really good. I think I'm going to build here. You get a cool view of like town. You kind of get a cool view. I've really only been seeing people build in the town, so I'm going to go over here. I like this farm area too. Look at the cows. Are those like... Is that a buyable object? just a static cow. Also the misshapen. Oh, this one's a rectangle, but like the different shapes of lots is very cool. That is unfortunately something Sims 4 is still rigidly stuck to squares, which sucks, especially when they like put them in spots where like obviously not a square lot, and then they don't bother to attach the lot to the freaking road. What are they doing? I hate when they do that. Okay, so this one's gonna be the building video, not the playing video, because okay, yeah, in person, this does look a lot better in person than it does on YouTube. The distant fog and stuff looks really nice. The way the trees are fading into it, that looks really good. It's not too intense. And then when you like zoom out here, it's kind of foggy like across the board, and then it goes away and it fades into this like nostalgic, you are currently looking at the map mode. One thing that I'm going to keep saying it. One thing that drives me nuts is you can see the border of the world out here. Like this is the ocean, and it's like a right angle over here because it's just a flat plane of water. And I don't really like these clouds, honestly. Is there a free cam? Oh, there's a free cam. Oh, look at that. Okay, those clouds aren't that bad. They're kind of awkward, but... Am I still in like normal live mode? Oh, is this the buy mode? Oh, tab goes into buy mode? That's an odd hotkey. I thought I was in free cam mode like in Sims. Oh, it's chugging. Uh-oh. It's chugging. I did see that the game uses a crazy amount of RAM when you're just looking at the world, which is unfortunate. Oh, look, I have 2 extra moods. I have fun for... Is fun not a normal mood? Is it really? Is it really food, sleep, bladder, hygiene, and not fun? That can't be right. Is that right? They don't have a fun... They don't need to, like, entertain themselves by default? Oh, look, my lot's on a hill. I'm not focusing on anything. Let's see. So let's see what building's like. For sale sign. This, like I said, I'm gonna keep saying it drives me nuts. This really does drive me nuts. All the items, maybe not all of them, but they have these placeholder names. Video, Chidoli, Video, Chiwaki. Like these have to be placeholders. There's no way this is what they're actually... Like, they also have sub-names. See, the body hair soaker. Bublaroo. Bondarive. The Soaking Red Redemption. So why are they called Shidoli? What is this? I don't understand what this is. Apparently they're supposed to be like IKEA style names. But I don't like why. I'm not going to remember what a Chihuahua is or a Medio is, especially when there's two of them. I don't understand what this is, and I don't know if they've said anywhere what this is, but it's also when you search. Where's the search? So what was that one called? That one was called Bonda Reef. If I search Bond, is it going to find it? No, it's not. If I search red, is it going to find it? It's going to find red things, but it's not. So why does that bathtub say the Soaking Red Redemption or Chidoli? If I search Chidoli, does it find it? It does. So what is this? I don't understand what this is. It's clearly the name of the item because when you search it, you find it. But why would they do that? I don't understand that at all. That's really weird. Also, by the way, I know nobody from PARALIVES is watching this. I'm pretty sure they don't like me, but I will write names and descriptions for these items for you. You can pay me and I will do it. I love writing Maxis Match names and descriptions, and I guess you probably wouldn't want them to be Maxis Match, but I can come up with an identity for your items and their descriptions if you want. But because I truly don't understand what they're doing there. It's really bizarre. Okay, so let's see. You can toggle the grid on or off. You can do curved walls and straight walls. Can I create a wall and then define the grid from that wall? Like if I do this and then go to grid, can I define? Because the grid keeps turning. And I don't know why it's doing that. But I can't seem to define the grid based on this wall, which seems like a pretty big oversight for the build mode. Because like in Planet Coaster, you place like a prefab wall and then based on that wall, you have a new grid. I feel like I should be able to create a straight wall and be like, I want my whole house angled like this. I guess when you go in here, you can still snap to 90 degrees. But if I want to use the grid for like object placement, it would be nice to define the grid based on the building itself instead of this global grid or whatever it is. Maybe there's a way to do it and I just don't know how to do it, but how do I delete the wall? Is it like Sims where I control click? No, it is not. I guess use this. Okay. So what do I want to do? I am on a hill here. I do like that how this one has the raised up stuff. Is this like an actual built in the game lot? Because what's going on down here? Is that like an object that you can place? Oh, who's this? Hello. You have no eyes. This lot's really cluttery. I'm going to get rid of some stuff. One thing I absolutely love, where is it? Where's the terrain paints are 3-dimensional. This is super cool. Especially when there's ones that are like trash and stuff. Oh, here, let's check on some of the stuff I was complaining about. Oh, I forgot to close Discord, so I'm gonna get Discord notifications. Let me mute those real quick. Hopefully that will work. Ooh, this is kind of junky looking. Is there a specular map on this? You can change the time of day whenever you want, which is nice. It doesn't look like it's got normal mapping. Normal mapping is what makes a flat surface like this look like it has light and shadow on different sides. So like this is a flat texture rock, but as you change the lighting, ideally the shadow would change and the light highlight would change because the texture is told to treat these parts of the texture basically like, you know, I don't know the details of it. I know how it works, but I don't know how to explain how it works if you don't know how it works. But it doesn't appear that there's normal mapping on much of anything. Do these bottles have shine on them? No, they do not. They have a fake baked in shine, but they're not like shining as I turn the camera or changing the lighting. Interesting. I'm curious how accurate my... Oh, that's kind of nice that you can... Look, you can even layer these. You can... kind of. It's like it's one object tied to one part of the dirt, but I can kind of have like a dirty grass if you're careful with it. It's cute. But I love that there's 3D grass. 3D grass does so much. The actual grass texture itself is awful. This is like legitimately PlayStation 1 game level grass. But the 3D grass is cool. Do I want to flatten it or do I want to try and build into the wall? I know that building into the terrain is kind of janky, but it does work. I'm gonna build, let's see. I'm gonna see, okay, without the grid, I can't tell how, what is it snapping to? It's trying to snap to this. I don't want it to do that. So I hold Alt for no snap, but you can't snap to a length. So if I turn this grid on, I can snap to a length. It looks like one length is 12, but if I turn the grid off, there's a leeway where it's 12 for a few extra pixels. So you can't. I guess if everything's free placement, it doesn't really matter. But it bothers me from I want things to be evenly spaced standpoint. So I'm gonna build with the grid to start. I think I'm gonna try and do. Can I just move this? Oh, look at the footprint on that thing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. You can recolor the trees? Oh, no way. No way. What the heck are you talking about? You can recolor the trees. No shit. That's so cool. Okay, anyway. I'm gonna try and, that's fucking awesome. I'm gonna try and build the newbie house from memory. Let's see, 1, 2, I think that's only 2, and then this should be 4, maybe it's 5. And this is 5. Oh, this is interesting how it's going into the terrain. What's it gonna do here? And this goes this way. I'm pretty sure there's only one tile to get into the bedroom, which goes 4 back. And then it's only 4 wide. Oop, nope, that's not the right spot. This is really interesting how it's not cutting out. I think that would be 4, because then over here you do 1. Is it 2? Yeah, it's 2, and then a diagonal. And the bathroom goes like this. I think I might have 1 tile too far for the bathroom. And this. Oh, I don't remember. This is 1 more, I think. No, because this would be. Yeah, whatever. I don't remember. Oh, okay. Oh, good. It does automatically cut out. That's pretty freaking cool. I do kind of wish it would like make the terrain go invisible, so that I can see where I'm actually clicking. Because I keep clicking behind where I'm trying to. This doesn't feel bad. It's more. It feels better than I expected it to. This isn't the right shape. I don't remember the exact shape of the bathroom or the bedroom. It feels better than I thought it was going to, because when I was saying about the remove the ceiling build mode thingy, which actually let's see what that does right now, because these interiors, ceilings cast shadows. See, look, I turn it off, and now it's lit by the outdoor sun. I turn it on, and it's lit by nothing, which is interesting. But when that was visible in all the previews, I kept thinking these aren't real structures. Like, the game doesn't understand that this is an interior and it has to treat it as such in terms of the rendering. But that option proves that it does. So all that time, the game was giving the impression of we didn't actually finish the room system yet, but they did to a degree. I mean, they obviously still have work to do with it, but all that time, like, why would you not just say, hey, yeah, you can turn these. I don't get why they wouldn't just be like, yeah, you can turn that off. It's fine. Whatever. It's there, and it's cool that you can turn it off. I'm curious if I add a window, like in the Sims 1, or is it Sims 2? I think I'm thinking of Sims 2. If you had an interior like this, it would be lit, and then as soon as you added a window, it would get dark and use the light from the window. Is it going to do that? It's not going to do that. That's interesting. So why is this room so bright? I would expect it to look like this right now, but it doesn't. So that's interesting. Oh yeah, we got to play with the scaling. The scaling's the big new thing. It kind of looks like I built a house here and then there was a landslide, which is kind of fun. The scaling's pretty cool. The scaling's honestly pretty cool. It's one of the very first things they showed off about the game, and I'm certain that for years it was fake. Like, it didn't actually function. Can I move this freely? Wait a second. It's still snapping. Hold Alt so no snap. Okay, so this is honestly a huge game changer. This window is way too wide to begin with, but it doesn't matter. I don't need to go and download Peacemaker's 70 new Windows set that makes this look like this, and 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 like this. That's huge. That's actually so freaking cool. Like, obviously we've seen it already. It's not like news, but actually like playing with it is so awesome. And now if I duplicate it, it's going to duplicate the size too. Oh, yes. I kind of wish you could save. Can you? Okay, so when I snap, it snaps. I wish I could turn it to only to snap onto this, but not snap into this spot. But I don't think you can. So I kind of wish you could save, duplicate, move, switch, swatch, toggle transform tool, add to inventory. I wish you could save these as presets. So you could be like, here's my version of this window that I like to use. That would be cool. I'm not going to screw around with the windows too much. I'm just going to make a bad pastiche of the newbie house. The snapping kind of does bother me. There's no like, I guess when the walls are freeform, you can't force them to snap into certain positions, but it would be nice if there was like a, I don't know how it's doing it right now. I don't know what it's defining the snaps by, left to right. It does seem to just tell you this is halfway across the whole wall, maybe? I don't know. Like, I get why it's complicated, but I kind of wish that it was less complicated. There's something to be said of restrictions in games. When you have more restrictions, you have to act more creatively. And when you have... okay, so how does this work? When you have less restrictions... Why does the tree show up when I go to do that? When you have less restrictions, it actually gets harder to be creative, and sometimes restrictions are important, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Too much freedom can be a bad thing in games. I don't know yet if this game has too much freedom. I mean, there's a freaking clown door right here. That's way too much freedom. But sometimes rigidity is necessary for a game to feel good. I don't know. I obviously haven't played enough to know for sure, but it could... I don't know. I just wish there was a little bit more rigidity to things like that, just so that you could be absolutely certain what you were doing. Now, I did just realize that there's different categories of doors. I was like, this is a really limited set of doors. But there's interior... Oh, bookshelf. There's interior, patio, closet doors. That's cute. You can just straight up make a closet. Arches... Okay, so there are options in there. These are pretty cute, actually. Let's see. So let's see. The doorknob has specular. That's nice. I wonder if any of the... How do I switch this? Switch side. I like that there's a dedicated button for that. And then... just go with a brown. Oh, I do want to look at the textures. I haven't looked at the textures or anything. This loads pretty fast. Some of these you can tell they don't, like, work. Like, this doesn't... Is that just because of the... No, it's not just because of the bumps. This texture just doesn't work on this. Which I don't think anybody wants a door to have this texture, but it's interesting that sometimes they just don't... They don't align correctly. I just want to make it darker. Oh, you can color the door and frame separate. Control C, Control V. Oh, I can change the handle. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, metals, plastics, weaves and wicker, ceramics, rocks, and stone textiles. Okay. Let's make it gold. I want to make it gold. Where the hell is gold? That's kind of gold. Okay. And then duplicate that. Nope, nope. Nope, 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 nope. Nope. Duplicate. Make that the bathroom door also. Pretty sure that goes there. And the bedroom door. Did I get the bathroom size right? Maybe I did. I don't know. I feel like I remember always putting a bookshelf there in The Sims 1 and it worked. But I guess The Sims 1 bookshelf was one tile, so maybe I'm confused. Who knows? And I obviously can't do the patio because there was a landslide at my house. I don't need any stairs. I have, how do I do roof? How do I, there we go. Oh boy. I have heard that the roofing is pretty terrible. How do I? Okay, so it does snap that way. And then it can go this way. I do like that the roof automatically has eaves. It's lined up with the edges right now and it just automatically has eaves. I don't know if you can adjust the eaves separately so that you can make just this part get longer without actually extending this outward. I don't think you can, which is too bad because eaves are one of the cooler parts of Sims 4's roof additions, I think. They do a lot to make a roof look more realistic. I'm just gonna do, oh, what is this? It's, okay, it's too, wait a minute. Did I pick a different roof that time? It's got a width built into it. Oh, I did. Okay, that's interesting. So let's see, do that. Make it snap to that. The snapping seems pretty good. I like where it's deciding to snap things for me. I don't like that when I just simply click it, you pick it up. There's no like confirm, like in Sims 4 you would click it and you'd get that little menu with like the copy, the move. It just picks it up and it feels kind of bad because I don't expect ever in a game like this, any game where you have building necessarily, to click on something and you just automatically pick it up. That's like a point of failure that you don't really want. Oh, there's a nice bunch of chimneys. How do I, is there like a button to scale? Or do you have to place it and then scale it? Because like in Planet Coaster you can like hold X and scale or whatever. It doesn't look like there's a way to do it. So you place it and then, how do I scale it? Oh, it's up here. Okay, so you do have to place it first and you can't scale this down any way but height. That's unfortunate. That's fine though. Fireplace, we don't need a fireplace. We have a chimney for no reason. What is this? Architectural details. Oh, what? I didn't know you could do that. Wait a minute. So it's just like, oh, look at that. That's cute. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. So you can, so when I go inside, I can make that something else. I didn't know you could do this. Holy crap. That's cool as hell. It's only on top though? Can I not do it on the bottom? What is this? Folding mode? Whole room probably? Is that what that is? That's so cool. Is there a bottom one? There doesn't appear to be a bottom one. Which is weird because there is molding on the bottom of walls too. That's awesome. I didn't know you could do that at all. There's some graffiti. Some Keycat. Garfield looking. Sure, somebody graffitied the side of my house. Okay, there's some miscellaneous stuff. I just hate the way these are named. Because what is this? This is an Aggie? That doesn't tell me anything. Okay, it's a Corbel. What is this? A F? Oh, okay, pulling it out of the catalog didn't explain anything. It's just an F. These are cool. But I did see that you can make it go like this, which is awesome. And you can make it go like this, which is also awesome. But then when you go look up at the roof, it's under the roof. Well, I guess, yeah, and if you go up here, it's over the eaves. It doesn't line up with the eaves. It's still cool though. I'm not going to use it right now, but it is cool. Oh, the window bars, those are cool. Oh yeah, this is the thing that's under there. So they built this and then they just like placed a bunch of these under there. The freeformness does have a lot of benefits because it's kind of like using tool without having tool. Like I said, rigidity is important, but the freeformness is also cool. I want to try and abuse a lot of the freeform building because I saw that if you put like stuff underneath a bed, you can still get into the bed, full stop. Nothing's going to say like, no, you can't get into the bed. There's too much crap around it, which is really interesting because I don't understand how the game actually, oh, this texture is actually really good. I mean, it's blobby, but it looks convincingly good and it's a really nice color. I'm just going to use that. What was I talking about? What was I talking about? I 100% don't remember what I was talking about. That's crazy. Anyway, let's see. Let's go with a kind of... Oh! There's a ceramic noise when you place a ceramic. Is there a brick noise when you place brick? There is! That's a really cute detail. That's one of the things I would have expected them to have overlooked, and they didn't. So I'm gonna put brick on the outside. Like this... for real, this looks a lot better in game than it does in previews. These bricks look so smooth, that's really cute. But like I said, there's no normal mapping. There's no like bumps to these bricks at all. They're so flat. It's just really unfortunate because earlier previews of the game did have like normal mapping and stuff. I like this wood a lot better. These default colors are actually pretty good. What happens if you... Let's see, what happens if you change... Oh, you can't. I was going to try and change the texture on this, but you can't. You outright cannot. So can you not... So you can't choose a different material for these. Does that mean there's a blank one that you can change the material on? No, you cannot. Is that... I'm a little surprised by that. You would think that creative style would work for floors and walls too. But it doesn't seem to. I was curious how it would handle the noise of stepping on the floor when you chose a different, if you chose a different type and then like made it wood or something when it wasn't actually wood. But it doesn't appear that you can change it, which is interesting. The color options are there at least. That is a little, that's actually really surprising. Ceiling finishes. Okay, there's no... Okay, you can look up and see the ceiling. Okay, these are nice ceilings. I don't really understand what this one's doing. It's got like a texture on the picture, but it doesn't do anything when I place it. The molding is really nice. That molding is really cool. That's a neat feature. Let's see, what else is there? There's a roof. I'm gonna ignore the roof. Yeah, I guess that's about what there is in here. Can you adjust the fences any? Can I draw a fence? Can I then like... Oh, what is that doing? I don't know what that's doing. Increase or decrease wall. I don't understand what that's doing at all. Delete wall. Replace fence with wall. Start placing walls on a 1x1 mid. Oh, it's in here. Start placing walls on a 1x1 grid aligned with this wall. So now if I go to wall and I do a freeform goof-ass wall, which it's for some reason not letting me do... Oh, I have to turn the grid fully off. You can't just press Alt to do it. Okay, so I make a goof-ass wall, and then I click this, and then I go here, and then I start play. Oh, okay. So you can do that. It's just really arbitrarily hidden under a menu. That's awkward as hell. It's good to know that you can do it, though, because that's like... As soon as I started building walls, it was the first thing I wanted to do. Let's flatten this out so that I can actually get into my door. This tool is way too big. James was complaining about that too. It's so big. Let's get it right to the base of the door. There we go. And then I'm just going to leave that little hill there. Got an awkward little hill. I'm impressed with this a lot, actually. I don't know if it sounds like it, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on here. I love the grass. I freaking love the grass so much. I'm going to get rid of it by the windows here a little bit so that it's not clipping into the house. But this is so awesome that you can draw 3D grass. Like, this looks great. This right here structurally looks great. I think it's when you get into the objects that you start coming into problems. And also in early access, or not in early access, in development, I had a lot of problems with the UI. Like, I don't like that these are all angled. I think it's really, it makes it harder to read. The UI is not terrible, but it's not great. I think it's harder to read these when they're at an angle, and I think some of them are like more detailed than others, which makes them kind of difficult to parse. Like this one, I can tell if I look closely at it that it's a plant, a painting, and a rug, but look how much tinier these lines are and how much more detailed these objects are than TV stand or ottoman, which is literally the ottoman section. It's just kind of hard to read. But there are a lot more categories. I'm in the room sort now, but like if you go in here and there's like a whole clutter category, and then there's subcategories for all the clutter. toiletries, kitchen specific clutter, cleaning specific clutter, hobby specific clutter, health clutter. Like the sorting here is really good, I think. I mean, some things I think are in the wrong category, and some of the categories could be broader or more specific, but I don't like these. I don't like that these are wiggly. They're not like, it's not impossible to understand what they are, but I think it should be a little bit more structured. It's trying to be more too cutesy. Like these are at an angle, but they're all at the same angle. These are just like goof ass icons. I think if they were all straight, but then the one that you had selected was angled, it would be nice. But it's pretty minor. But in terms of, here's where we're going to start getting into problems. Because without the rigid structure of building, I didn't have these windows placed evenly, and now I have to free place this and hope it's even. And when I go to the counters, where are the counters? Which one of these is counters? This one. When you go to the counters, one problem that I really don't like is I don't think this is one tile wide. It seems smaller than that. And of course, you can make it whatever size you want, but how do I make it the right size to evenly space counters between the wall and the fridge? Well, Waffle, why don't you just drag this out until it's evenly spaced between the wall and the fridge? Because one issue is it's stretching the texture on top, which I think is a bug. I think it's supposed to start duplicating the texture, but it's stretching it, and it looks really bad. But also, this counter costs 156. If I put 3 of them in here, oh wait, they can also just clip together, which helps. Is it going to cause, yeah, it causes Z fighting of the texture there when you do that. But this costs 156. If I place 3 of them, that's $450. But if I place 1 and stretch it, it's 156. Why doesn't it charge you more when you stretch it? I don't like that it doesn't do that at all. So for me, I would want to use the snapping. There's no snapping. It's really frustrating, I think, because this one snaps to the wall. This one, okay, it does snap it snaps once and then it stops snapping at all. That's, add that to the list of things to send a bug report about. But if okay, now it's not snapping again. I don't like that at all. I guess it's close. But then, now it's trying to snap to something else. I think the snapping is really frustrating. I mean, I guess they fit in there fine. And it's not like it's Z-fighting though. See, the texture is Z-fighting between those two cabinets. And there's no way to be like, there's just no mathematical, you can't see scaling information. You can't see how much space there is between the wall and this to know how big to make it. So I think it gets really unnecessarily fiddly. And when you've got this much freedom to build, you don't want fiddly. You want it to just work. That Z-fighting is going to drive me insane. And now, see, unlike the, okay, it is, okay. I unselect it, I click it, and unlike the roof, it's not confirmed selected. And if I click it again, then it's selected. That's how the roof should be. But it keeps trying to snap in a way that it makes that Z-fighting happen. Even when I place it, see, it's not snapped in the weird spot. I click, and it snaps into the weird spot. That's really frustrating. That's so frustrating. It's the first thing I'm doing in buy mode. It shouldn't be that frustrating. And then I tried to make it smaller, but you can't make it smaller. You can only make it bigger. So it's just going to Z-fight, I guess. Oh, that's so frustrating. And I did this wall structured too, so it was individual tiles. This is a 5-tile wall. This is a less than 1 tile cabinet. So it's just literally never going to work. I think that's really bad. I think that's really rough. And I don't know how they can fix that without like major overhauls to how the buy mode works. I can make these windows fit though, which is nice. But like, it doesn't fit. Can I make the fridge wider? I can't edit the size of the fridge at all, probably because it's directly interactable in a way. So it just, see, that's one of the main things where I'm like, how do we actually solve a problem like this post-release? like post early access release. Can they solve a problem like that? Will they want to solve a problem like that? I mean, are other people even going to think it's a problem? I don't know. But it's already super frustrating for me personally, and I was getting frustrated by it just watching videos. But let's keep going. I'm very upset right now because I cannot remember what the goofy counters from Sims 1 look like. I know they have tile on top. Not kind of like that tile. I don't think it's kind of like that tile. And it's green, but it's like, oh, I feel really dumb because I can't remember exactly what it looks like. This is wrong. I know this is wrong. Is it blue? It's not blue, is it? Oh no, I can't remember what the Sims 1 counters look like. No, it's white. It's like the one with the green is white, I think. It doesn't matter. I don't need to copy the Sims 1. So how do I duplicate this onto, okay, it's saved in there at least, I guess. But there's no way to like plop it onto the other items. Can I drag this? No, I cannot. If I go into this mode, can I? Nope. Oh, I forgot you could do this. Well, that's cool. Let's see. If I go into edit, can I drag any of this like in Sims 3? No, I cannot. That's too bad. I hope they add that, because this is tedious to go click, 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 click. I'm gonna have a white fridge. What's this fridge texture? Okay, see, like this fridge is not shiny at all. The counters are slightly shiny. They are slightly shiny. They're not as shiny as I would like them to be, especially for a ceramic. But it's also because there's no normal mapping. Like I said before, when I turn the camera like this, the shine should be adjusting on the edges of each of these tiles from the normal mapping. And the specular mapping on this is a flat color. So what that means is the game interprets the different colors of the specular mapping as different levels of shine. And because this is just a flat color, it doesn't know that there should be different levels on the grout versus on the tiles themselves. And it just creates one flat shine. And that's like a big design problem that I'm sure I'm going to notice across like everything in the game. And I really, really, really hope they commit to going in and adjusting things like that as part of like improving the lighting, because it's so important to how things just like look. Like even when you're going for an art style, you still want things like that to be true to life. Maybe not even true to life. Like this is kind of a silly looking shine on this sink, and that's fine. But it has a shine, and that's what's important. Which also, let's go back to that setting and turn off ceilings and see how much worse it looks. It actually looks better, but that's because the outdoor lighting is better than the indoor lighting. I wish you could. Oh, the lighting is just so frustrating to me. See, I don't really understand what it's trying to do when you turn the ceilings on. Because like, where's the light in here coming from? And I know when you place lights, they're really harsh. There's kind of a cute variety in here. This is kind of like, oh, this is another thing that I hope they adjust. The placement for lights and stuff is based on the top of the light instead of the floor. If I want it to be on this position on the floor, I want my cursor to be right here. I don't want the cursor to be way up here to say put it way over here. That's really counterintuitive, I think. But like, okay, I placed this light. It's not on. Can I turn it on? Do they only turn on at night? Okay, it turns on at night. If I go into live mode, can I turn it on? Can I do anything? You can't turn it on. So when you have the ceilings turned on, there's just no lighting indoors at all. It's just automatic with no, it's so like, I'm gonna get pissed about Maggie's Loft real quick, because this is like a foundational part of the game. Lighting is a foundational part of a game like of any game. You have to have the lighting to have the game. And they had good lighting. They show like it was fake. The Maggie's Loft preview was fake. It was 100% made in Blender fakery, and I don't I don't know. I don't want to say it's not okay because it was proof of concept, and it's like, here's our models. Like, they had the models, they had the textures, they set up a scene, and it's kind of like machinima, and like Sims advertising and stuff is a lot of machinima. But I don't. Can I? Is there like a? Oh, the key. Oh, the keys to rotate are awkward. But like, when you set up a scene like that, it's supposed to be indicative, at least to a degree, of what you're actually going to get. Can I make this wider? Oh yeah, look at that. That's pretty cool. But the Maggie's Loft thing was like totally fake. And now that the game is actually available, it's really egregious how fake it was, because Maggie's Loft is actually in the game world here. I can't change the texture on top of this? Why can you not change the texture on top of everything? That doesn't make any sense. You can actually go to Maggie's Loft in the game world here and see how legitimately downgraded the lighting has been. And like I said, that scene was fake. It was always fake. Okay, so the chairs do snap. That's interesting. The scene was fake, and I think I kind of wish they would address the fact that it wasn't ever real. I wish they would say, hey, yeah, we know the game doesn't look even remotely like it did in those previews. Because, like, why doesn't it? Like, they had in-game previews from years and years ago where the lighting was a lot better, and I just don't understand why it got so much worse. I've seen a lot of people say, like, oh, it's for performance reasons. They have to make it worse for performance reasons. Guys, this game comes out in 2 years. This will be a 2028 game. It should not be making contingencies like this for performance reasons. This couch looks awful. If people can't run basic lighting features in 2028, I'm sorry, but you don't get to play the game. Like, I know that nobody likes to. I don't think they had a living room. They did not have a living room. I know that nobody likes to exclude people because their hardware is not good enough. But the simple reality of it is sometimes you're not going to be able to run a game. And when a game makes contingencies for the lowest common denominator of computer, you get, what is this bed? That's cool. You get, is this a common? You get problems that, like, The Sims 4 has. The problems that people don't like about The Sims 4 are explicitly the result of it being designed to run on game consoles from 2013. It's 2026, and The Sims 4 still has to run on game consoles from 2013. And that's why it has some of the limitations it has. And that's why it has some of the problems that it has, is because it has to be functional. I'm going to get the rubber duck one. It has to be functional for consoles from 2013. So is that really a contingency that you want the PARALIVES team to make? Because personally, I don't think they should be making that contingency. I don't think they should be making that accommodation. I think they should be saying, look, it's 2026. We're at least going to make a 2024 graphics game. And the lighting really bothers me. Especially, like, this looks kind of nice. This is kind of chill. It's kind of cozy. The light is obviously a little bit too bright for the wall, and there's no way to adjust it. But, like, it's just, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm overreacting to the lighting, because it looks fine. But there's problems with the lighting that I think need to be addressed. And it's apparently the worst thing about the game to me, because I've been going on about it for a while now. But I just think it's really important to understand what the problems with it are and how to solve them and how they could improve the game. And like I started to say this, but I got distracted. People say it's because they have to make the game run better for people. But I don't think that's necessarily true. Because a lot of the lighting features that I think are missing are really basic lighting features that happen from games as old as the PlayStation 1 era and even older. Like, there are legitimately Super Nintendo games that have 3D graphics where things have a more defined level of detail than like the shine in the normal maps. Maybe not the normal maps, but the shines and stuff. But like PS1 games, at least PS2 games, had these things, and they don't have to they don't have to say we can't do normal mapping or our game will never run on this console from the year 2000. So why are we making those contingencies with... What am I doing? What was I working? Oh, I was going to move this over here. That's what I got confused. So why are we making these contingencies with PC games that aren't going to be in 1.0 status until 2028? I just kind of think that's crazy. That people are so forgiving of things like that. Sometimes you have to be, like, actually critical of this sort of thing. Because do you really want this game for the entirety of its lifespan to not have features like that? I don't know. I don't know. I'm talking about it too much. I'm not even talking about the building and the rescaling and stuff. But that's like my biggest pet peeve with the game, is not just the problems with things like that, but the way that people react to it, where they're just like, well, you have to think about the people with laptops from 2007. It's like, no, you don't actually. Like, I've gone on the record as saying, I don't think The Sims should be a console game. I don't think games like this, full stop, should be console games. I 100% do not care that people who only have consoles cannot play games like this. They're PC games. They need to be on PC. The rotating is not working properly for me. Why can't I put this up on the wall? They're PC games, and they need to be PC. What is going on? What is it trying to do? Why won't it... Stay on the floor. No, stay on the floor. Why are you trying to go up the wall? What the heck? Is it the door? I mean, these games need to be PC games to work correctly, because they're complicated games. I don't know what this is doing. I can't put this against the wall. Can I just move this wall and pretend that it's... I guess I can do that. This is interesting. This feels weird. This kind of feels like how it feels to just pass in Planet Coaster. Anyway, sorry I went off on a huge rant about like lighting and stuff, but it's just like I'm just gonna leave that for now. I'm not gonna mess with it. You have to. Oh God. Why isn't this? Why doesn't it go against the wall? You have to take that kind of thing into account. And I don't think we should be settling, basically. I mean, people get so up in arms about things that The Sims does, but then just because a game is indie or in early access, it gets more... I think it gets more forgiveness than it should in some ways. Like, it should be getting some forgiveness, but do we really need to be like... Anything that you have a problem with, you need to get over because they might fix it later. Well, no. The point is to talk about those things. You have to talk about those things, or they're not going to know that they need to be looked into, right? I don't know. I was trying to be like more... I mean, I feel like I've been pretty positive. But I was trying to be more like positivity sandwich or whatever the heck it's called. But I got real distracted rambling about the lighting. Which, again, the lighting's not even that bad. I keep pressing escape to back out of menus, and it doesn't do that. I mean, the lighting's really not even that bad. It's just that it could be so much better. I think it would be less upsetting if it weren't for the fact that we had been shown the game looking better, and now it doesn't look as good as it did in so many previews. These do not... In The Sims, when you pick up an item, it points towards you. So if I pick this, well, it's doing it now because I rotated it. If I pick this, it would automatically rotate, and then when I turned this way and picked it, it would automatically rotate. In this game, it seems to stay rotated towards whatever the last item you selected was. I hope they adjust that, because that would be nice if it automatically rotated. This is pretty neat that you can just make these huge. But, like... I think once again, I forgot what I was just talking about. I know I ranted forever about the lighting. I keep forgetting to... Oop, I knocked my mic, sorry. keep forgetting to look at the swatches because you have to click this little thing to see them. I like a lot of the things about this game. It's just, I don't like that they put out so many previews where it looks so different and now it's just off. This laptop needs improvements. I'll say that much. I don't want the laptop. I want the tower PC. This doesn't look great either. Some of the items have like really, really low resolution textures. I do know one cool thing is, I'm in the room section. One cool thing is the pictures. It drives me nuts that Sims 4 does so much advertising with like what's obviously an in-game screenshot in a photo frame, and there's no way to do that. This dead ass looks like a portrait from Sims 4. There's no way to do this in The Sims 4, even though they do like advertisements where it looks like someone has done that, and that has driven me crazy for a long time. So I'm pretty happy that you can do this. I like that you can do a poster, or look, it's trying to drag it away from the wall. Why is it doing that? Look, see, it's not like, it's the same thing I had with the shower. I don't know what that was all about. I do wish this, you can add whatever image you want, but these images are so limited. There's so few options. And it also would be nice if some of them, like if this was an image and then you could go into create a style and change the colors of it. That would be cool. It would be nice. I think they should add some prefab, like actually bespoke for the game art instead of just having these that you can adjust later. But that is an incredible feature. Oh, these plants look pretty good. One thing, I'm not going to rant about it again, but one thing with the lighting is plants should have a specular on them too. Plant leaves are often shiny. These leaves are not shiny. And that does something to their vibe that makes them seem fake. Oh, look at the little skull one. It's cute. They do have, for as cozy as this game is, they do have some like odd items. There's not like a ton, but there are like, I'm actually like, it's so seamless to free place things like this that I'm not even thinking about how unusual it is, because it doesn't feel weird, even though in terms of, you know, The Sims, it's actually kind of revolutionary. I think The Sims could do this. Oh, you can make it smaller. I think The Sims could do this if it wanted to. Make it so like if you hover over a surface, it detects that there's a surface. But it's so ingrained in the game, the slot system, that I don't think they can really do it. I like the body pillows. The body pillows are so funny. Oh, it's the storyteller guy. It's so cool. How do I let's see. Can't you raise and lower things? Move vertically, shift. Oh, whoop, didn't mean to do that. Oh, you can make them real small or really big. So you have to double click it to select it, and then you can move it vertically. And then you can scale it. I love that. I'm gonna put him in there. Although, then as soon as I get in bed, oh, you know what I'm gonna do? Can you rotate? Can I not free rotate? You can free rotate some things. Oh man, can you not free rotate this? I wanted to rotate it sideways and like put it in the lid so that when the lid, if you imagine the lid closing, it would like be on your face. But I can't do that. That's too bad. I'm just gonna put it in there. I'll put it in there as like a mattress. That's fun. And then, like I was saying before, you should be able to just use this even with the object inside of it. Actually, let's test that immediately because I'm real curious about that. As far as I can tell, nothing blocks pretty much anything. I almost didn't fit through the door. Oh, I just realized there's no walk styles. The walk style is kind of like swoopy in this game. Oh, yep. Okay, he still does the bed animation for this, which is... Oh, this object is not finished. Oh no, what were they thinking? Whoa. What they did here is This doesn't... Okay, wait, maybe... Why am I floating then? Because this bed is lower. I guess it's because there's... No. I was going to say it's because there's a blanket. But... None of these beds... Is it because I'm tall? Oh, that's not good. Did making myself tall adjust the bed position? That's not good at all. Let's test some fun things out. Like, okay. So this is... I guess I'm done building now. This is a bed. This is like a mattress by itself. What happens if I put the crib here? Can I scale the crib up? Aw, you can't scale it. I was hoping I could scale the crib up and then just make like a giant crib and still like clip through it. But you can... Let's see. Alright, let's see. What happens if I delete... Oh. Nothing. What? Am I still sleeping? I am, in fact, still sleeping. Oh no, my feet! What are my feet doing? What the dog's doing? Oh no! Alright, well, get up from your non-existent bed. I think the height really broke the bed. That sucks. That's too bad. Oh, this is the way that when you click, it defaults to dance here. That's annoying already, and I've done it once. I've only had to experience that once to know that it is not ideal. Put this pillow on the floor over here. So let's try and make a bed that you... Which bed did I like? Besides the coffin. I think it was this one. No, it was this one. Let's try and make a bed with a bunch of stuff blocking it and see... Boy, I have not explored any of this stuff. Oh, look at the little toys. Let's see, where's the... Oh, I didn't even look into the hobby objects. There's some instruments. Can you play the triangle? Is this a playable instrument? Oh, that's weird. I can... Like, it can like slide up my body. I'm gonna put it on there and see if I can use it. Exercise, board game thing, painting. Not a lot, which is, I guess, to be expected. Not a lot, but where the heck is the decor? There it is. Oh, I wanted the clutter is what I wanted, because I wanted to see if there's any like objects that you can use for... I know there was a shelf that Geekism really liked because you could just kind of do whatever with it. Because it was just like a plank of wood that you could move around. Oh, there's some cute stuff in here. There's a green screen. I don't like the Among Us stuff. I love the train set. It's too bad that it's decorative, but I'm going to put it right there and trip over it. I like this. I love these little game board things too. These are really cute. I'm going to put that on the desk out here. What's the keys? Oh, it's going to take getting used to. Can I scale this? I can scale it. And then you click it and then move it. It's just really intuitive to put things on surfaces like this. I thought it would be overwhelming, kind of like creative style, but for placing objects, just how much freedom you have, but I don't think it's really that bad. I don't know. I guess I can use anything. It doesn't really matter what I use. Because see, okay, he was using this flat shelf, and then it connects to the wall. But then, how did he free rotate it? Toggle advanced widget with the... What's that? What key is that? It's asterisk. Do I have to press Shift 8 to do that? I don't know what key that's supposed to be. I'm pressing... Is it on the numpad? Oh, you have to press it on the numpad? Oh, you can't rotate this! So I could have done that. Okay. Oh, advanced movement. Please, Sims 4, please, someday, please get this. Please, 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 Sims 4, please. Oh my god. Oh, we need this so bad. This is so good. Oh my god, I can't believe you can do this. Anyway, so, okay, so he was using this, and you can just, like, rotate it however the heck you want. Can I snap rotate and force 90 degrees? Does not appear that you can. That's unfortunate. Do that. That's pretty cool. And then it's a little hard to tell which of these you have selected. Move that way. I go this way. And then I have to go all the way to my numpad to do that. But you can't... Oh. Where did it go? I have it selected, but I don't know where it is. Okay, so that doesn't work. It's interesting though. There's a lot of options there to go nuts, but let's just try anything and see if it works. In theory, I should be able to use this tub. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so he does reject that. Now, why does he reject that? But you can clutter... Maybe it's only functional objects block each other. That would make sense. Okay, I can sleep. Nope, don't do it yet. Let's see. Maybe it's only functional objects block stuff. Because that would explain why you can put pillows on chairs and stuff. So if I say I want to go to bed and I want my musical animal toy next to me at all times, and also I really need my spilled milk. I really need my spilled milk on the end of the bed. I just can't sleep without my spilled milk. And I need a... Let's see what else we got. Oh, there's holiday stuff. Oh, I gotta have my skeleton. Gotta have my bed skeleton. Rotate button is this. Very confusing. Okay, so now can I still use this bed? That amount of freedom is crazy. It's nice that it lets you do it, though. It seems like it's only functional objects that can't block together. How long have I been recording? 1 hour? This video is over. This video is over. Goodbye.